Need a boost? Sometimes all it takes is tapping into your inner cool. Icebreaker's gum helps you unleash the confidence within. Each chew releases a rush of icy flavor powered by cooling flavor crystals, sending a wave of refreshment to reinvigorate all your senses. Icebreaker's convenient pack fits everywhere, from car cup holders to backpack pockets, so you can find your cool wherever you go. Grab Icebreaker's gum online or at a store near you.
These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer.
Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state. Hey weirdos, I'm Ash.
And I'm Alaina.
And this is Morbid.
Sure is.
We're still morbiding.
We are. And we are in part 2 of the LuLuLemon murder.
We hope you didn't Google it and spoil it for yourselves.
I saw a bunch of people talking on the Facebook group and on Instagram saying that they were real mad that it ended where it ended and that they weren't going to Google it. So good job, guys.
We just like to leave you on little cliffhangers. It's fun for us.
And this is just such a crazy case that it's one of those that I hope people waited and didn't Google because, whoa. And speaking of the Facebook group and all you lovely, amazing listeners, we just want to thank you for giving us a little feedback saying that some of the ads that we have in our episodes come kind of like abruptly in the middle of the thing. We do have to put them at certain places, so like that's kind of out of our control. But a lot of you gave really good suggestions about saying like, hey, other podcasts will maybe put like a sound effect or a little music so people just know it's coming. So we want to thank you guys because obviously we always appreciate your feedback and we want to make you guys have the best listening experience here. So you're going to hear in this episode that there will be a warning sound before an ad. Mm-hmm. So from here on out, that sound will be your cue that an ad is coming. So just so you know, thank you for letting us know and being so cool about it. Because I know last episode, some of the ads came a little abruptly. So, yeah. And when it's a tough case that's got a lot of like brutality and stuff, it's hard to transition.
It's almost like a palate cleanser.
It is. It kind of is. But don't worry, you're going to get a little warning sign this time. So thanks, guys.
Thank you. Also, we haven't done a little murder apparel talk in a minute. So let's talk to you about murder apparel.
Let's do it.
They have amazing shirts. I think, how many shirts do we have now? 3?
We have 3 shirts now with them.
There are 3 options for you to pick from. And now they have sweaters that you can pick from. So go on over to Murder Apparel on Instagram. Click the link in their bio. Sort through their fucking rad ass shirts.
They have amazing stuff, guys.
I'm obsessed. Like, if I could buy every single Murder Apparel shirt, I would. I want a large place in my closet to just be Murder Apparel.
Literally. And they're constantly coming out with new designs. These guys,
I swear, every day I see a new one.
They pump out designs like crazy.
It's wild. So, yes, like I said, go on over to their Instagram, click the link in their bio, sort through the shirts, buy every single one, and use our code MORBID for 25% off.
Yeah.
Again, that's MORBID for 25% off at murderapparel.com.
Yay! And if you get one of the Morbid shirts, be sure to tag us on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you post your photo of it, because we love seeing you guys wearing our beautiful Morbid shirts.
Yeah, do like a quick little photo shoot in your bathroom, in your backyard, in your bedroom.
Do it.
On a roof, just anywhere.
Yeah, live your life.
Do
work.
It. You better work, bitch.
You better work. So without further ado, I think we should get into part 2 of this crazy ass
You think so? I don't know.
Maybe we should hang out a little longer.
No, people are like, fuck you, Ash.
Just kidding. All right. So when we left off last time.
Where did we leave them?
We left you guys with Brittany coming into the police station, and the 2 detectives on the case decided that they were going to try to see if she was going to lie about smaller details.
Right.
To kind of cement the idea that they think she's lying about a lot of this stuff. So that's when they had already found a bunch of blood and DNA in Jayna's car, which was parked 3 blocks away from the LuLuLemon store. That DNA and blood belonged to Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
So they bring her in. They ask her, have you ever seen Jayna's car?
And she's like,
like, maybe once. I don't know. Then they say, have you ever been in Jayna's car?
No way.
She's never given you a ride somewhere?
Nope.
No. Never. I've never been in that car. So then immediately they are like, boom.
Liar.
So that's where we left you. So now, after this, they're like, well, shit. We need to get her to confess or something, because this is looking crazy and there's really nothing to point to say that she absolutely did it, but everything's starting to look that way.
100%.
But we don't have that smoking gun that's going to tell us. I mean, she's lying. She was in her car. We know this now. How can we use this to get her to confess? So then Brittany out of nowhere. So they're trying to figure out how to get her to come back in to talk. And Brittany is the one that's like, hey guys, I have something else to say. Can I come back in?
Criminals are always like, I swear this happens in so many cases where police are trying to figure it out and then they come in because they just like they can't stop talking sometimes.
No, it's like they want to keep. And with her, I feel like it's like she just kept wanting to tell this story.
Yeah.
And you'll see why.
Mm-hmm.
So out of nowhere, she tells the police she'd like to come back in because she wants to tell them some things that she forgot to mention in their other interview.
It just came back.
She was like, it just popped into my head. So she comes back in, and she comes back in with her sister, Marissa, and her older brother, Chris, with her. And she's like, oh, actually, it occurred to me last night when I went to sleep that I have, in fact, been in Jayna's car. In fact, I drove it the night of the murder.
Whoa. I'm sorry. How the fuck would you forget that?
And I love it. She's, I have been in that car. Actually, I drove it somewhere on the night that she got
like
murdered.
That gruesome night where I remember every detail of them dragging me by my hair, this, that, and the other thing, them placing me on her body. But I forgot to mention that they also had me drive her car somewhere.
Yeah. Like she remembered that when one of the guys like zipped up his jacket, it made a swishy sound, like swishy material.
Yeah.
She remembered that. But she didn't remember driving
a vehicle.
A dead woman's car.
Yeah. No big deal. Idiot.
Yeah, that's fine, Brittany. So she says that the masked men, before they sexually assaulted her and tied her up, made her move Jayna's car from the front of the store to the place where it was found 3 blocks away. She said they told her they were watching her do it, and if she tried to alert for help, that they would kill her.
Perfect.
How does that make any sense?
We're going to watch you drive it 3 blocks away?
There's 2 masked men. One of them doesn't go with you to make sure that you don't run away in the car that's 3 blocks away. and they're going to watch you the whole time?
That makes perfect sense to me. What are you confused about?
And it's like, why? So these two guys are going to sit there and just watch you drive down the street. If you take a right instead of a left, what the fuck are they going to do? Run after the car?
Yes.
No. They're going to be standing there being like, well, shit, with their thumbs up their asses.
Well, and like,
being
are they just going to stand outside the store, like in their masks?
Well, Jayna's inside the store.
Like, have a quick smoke?
Yeah.
Like, picture that.
Like, Brittany.
You're stupid.
Come up with some better shit here. Like, what is wrong with you? And of course, this is the most absurd story you or anyone has ever heard. The detectives, of course, were like, well, why wouldn't you just keep driving? And maybe go to the police or something.
Didn't she say that she saw a policeman?
Oh, yeah. And she said that they told her they knew where she lived. So she was too scared to drive anywhere.
So they also know where you live now.
And it's like, but if you drove away to a police station and were like, hey, at the LuLuLemon store back there, there's two dudes waiting for me to come back. Can you maybe come with me? They would just arrest them.
Right.
And then it wouldn't matter if they knew where you lived because they'd be arrested.
Right.
So, like,
Brittany.
Like, no.
Brit.
Yeah.
Sis.
Now, she then claims that she walked from the place she parked Jayna's car 3 blocks away back to the store.
And not one person saw the gaping flesh wound on your fucking forehead?
Well, that's so detectives asked her, they're like, did you pass anyone on the street? Because you were bloodied and clearly in distress. And she said, oh yeah, I passed people. But no one noticed how haggard and beat up she looked.
Yeah.
No one asked. They were like, did anyone ask, like, yo, you all right? Did anyone say anything? She was like, nope, no one said anything.
She's like, we live in a community of dickwads.
Yeah, apparently. So Brittany should never write thriller novels because holy shit, this story has so many plot holes in it.
Yeah,
like,
girl.
It's unraveling. Like, readers would be like, no, Brittany.
Sorry, I'm done reading now.
After having her go through this story once again, like the whole story, because they were like, now we want to hear you say the whole thing again.
Right.
And kind of like sussing out that she was clearly reciting a rehearsed tale at this point, because she really was down to the detail every time. Like, she could tell you every little minute thing and it never changed.
Right.
Which it's like it's weird when things do change, but it's even weirder when things are like to the letter.
Bang, bang, boom. It's like her note cards fell out of her sleeve.
Exactly.
Her index cards.
Exactly. And she's like, whoops.
She's like,
don't
and
mind
then
those.
the what's that word?
It smudged. They started asking her then if she wanted to get something off her chest. They were like, do you have anything you'd like to tell us? Anything weighing on you?
If you watch the show that we mentioned in part 1 on Oxygen, you can see this whole interview.
Oh, yeah. And it's crazy. So she refused. She was like, nope, don't have anything. But they kept pressing.
It's chilling how like calm and collected she is.
And how quickly she turns on waterworks and can like sob and whimper and show this like she's recalling this awful event that happened to her.
And it's so creepy too because like a lot of times when you picture like a brutal murderer, you're picturing like this scary ass dude. Yeah. And she's like this little tiny like petite girl.
Like pretty.
Yeah. In like a jumper, like a tracksuit.
Yep, exactly.
When it comes to online college, Southern New Hampshire University is so good, it's scary. Listen, the facts don't lie. SNHU has degree programs that fit your goals, online classes that fit your life, and real support at every step. And if that wasn't enough, they've got some of the lowest online tuition rates in the U.S. This is an airtight case, you guys. Visit snhu.edu/morbid to get started. That's snhu.edu/morbid.
Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
And they even tried different tactics, like straight up saying, we know you're lying. Mm-hmm. Like, we caught you. You did it. And she's like, still saying nope. And then they're trying to be like kind and gentle with her and saying like, I know it's hard. You know, Jayna probably got you upset or angry. You snapped. It's okay. It happens. What did she do to make you do that? Like, kind of
and she's
putting
like, nah.
it on. And she's like, nope, I didn't do it. I told you what happened. And they did this for a while. So, like we said, she came to the police station with her older brother Chris and her sister Marissa. And the detectives soon decided that they were going to bring them in to see if it helped her confess. Because sometimes when your family's around you, you feel like less likely to be like, nope. So Marissa, her sister, like immediately lost it when presented with evidence that showed that Brittany was likely lying.
Yeah.
So she was actually taken out of the room because she was just like, she lost it. She was like, are you? Because I think in her head, she's like, she fucking did this.
My little baby sister.
Yeah. So the detectives kind of worked on convincing Chris that the evidence was pointing to her being the killer. They were presenting him with everything. Chris was kind of coming back with some things, being like, well, maybe no, like maybe this doesn't work.
Right.
And they would just be like, no, Chris, like this is how it is.
ABCD happened.
And they were just kind of telling him like, we're not wanting this to be how it is.
But it's looking
is what
like
it is.
Right.
They're like, the facts are here. Here's the facts. We don't want this to be the answer. But it's the fucking answer. So, and Brittany the whole time is denying or staying silent.
Right.
She's sitting there looking down. She's like clearly having a moment of like inner turmoil. That's when the detectives were like, you know what? We're going to leave the room. And Chris is like, can I talk to her?
You know, I always wonder if people realize when the detectives leave the room that they're still on camera.
Oh, that's the best part of this.
I know.
The whole time she's sitting there being like, are they recording us? Do you know that they're not? And Chris is like, yeah, no, they're not at all.
And it's
are
like,
you what?
You really don't think that
you were in a police station? Of course you're being recorded.
That part I'm like, really?
You're in a police station interrogation room. And so the detectives leave and they allow Chris to speak with her. Now, the recording of this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And in the book Murder in the Yoga Store that I mentioned last week or last episode, there are direct quotes from this conversation between the two of them, and this is how some of it went.
And in the Oxygen series, you see a little snippet of it.
Yeah. So Chris straight up asks her, did you do this? And she repeatedly says no, she didn't want to talk about it. And she says, I don't want to talk about it here. Which is confessing, basically.
Yes.
Chris keeps reminding her that they're not going to let you go. Because she's like, I don't want to talk about it here. I just want to go home. I'll talk to you at home. And he's like, oh, sis, you're not going home. Like, they are not letting you out of here.
That's the other thing. Like, at one point, she looks at the detectives and she's like, can I just go home?
And they're like,
you really
no.
think he's going to be like, you know what, girl? You've had a long, hard day.
Yeah.
Like,
go home and think about it some more.
Yeah. Take a nap. Come back when you're ready.
Go home, think of a better story, and then come back in here and give us a better
story. Go home, run away.
Yeah. Like, skip town.
They're not letting you leave, lady.
And so Chris is like, yeah, you're not leaving here, I'm fairly certain. So you might as well start talking. So Brittany says, I just don't want anyone to be disappointed in me.
Honey, you brutally fucking murdered someone.
That ship has sailed.
It's in another continent.
It has hit an iceberg and it is at the bottom of the ocean.
It is breaking in half as we speak.
It's gone. It is now, pieces of it are being pulled up and presented as the big piece. It is gone.
It's gone.
No longer to be here. Are you kidding me?
Like, you killed somebody with like several different weapons.
Yeah.
Stabbed them and like hurt them with over 330 wounds.
Yeah.
And you don't
want anyone to be disappointed in you.
Like, maybe you should have thought of that.
Like, girl, I don't even know you and I'm very disappointed in you.
I was just going to say that.
Like, what
like,
the fuck?
I'm hella disappointed.
So disappointed. So Chris says, in contrast to what we are saying, no one's disappointed in you.
That's a bold-faced lie,
Which
Chris.
I'm like, Chris,
you're disappointed. I know you are.
Be honest.
You're at least a little fucking bummed.
I'd be disappointed in you.
I fucking hope so. I'd be disappointed in you.
And I would fucking tell you that.
I'd be like, I don't know her.
Like, if this was this scenario, I'd be like, Ash, I'm real fucking disappointed in you.
You're like, we had a podcast and now we can't podcast anymore.
Podcast anymore.
They won't let you podcast from jail.
Well, and he says, we're your family. No matter what, we're going to be here for you. Everything he just told me, and I didn't look like I was convinced, but that is really fucking convincing. You're going to have to just tell me so I can at least try to get you out of here. This is going to get a hell of a lot fucking worse. So Chris is literally like, yeah, I know I acted like I did not believe what that detective was saying to me.
I believe it.
But he fucking convinced me that you did it. And I know you did it. You need to tell me. So she apologizes. She keeps saying, I'm sorry. And he's like, stop apologizing. Just tell me what the fuck happened.
Like, I don't give a fuck that
your
you're sorry.
Apologies
it's done.
Yeah. Your apologies mean nothing.
There's absolutely nothing you can do.
No. So then he says, why'd you do it? And she says she doesn't know what happened. And then he asked, was it shoplifting? Were you trying to steal? Which the fact that was the first fucking thought that came out of his mouth, it was like, you fucking thief. You were stealing, weren't
He's
you?
like,
And
you're
they
a
caught
known
you.
thief.
Yeah. So she says, no.
Liar.
And he says, then why did you fight this girl? You tell me. I can think on my feet, but I need information before I can do that.
Oh,
Now,
I feel so bad for
but
him. He's
also-
like the best big brother.
he is, but then he says something that I'm like, Jesus, Chris. Like,
Oh, God.
That's not helping anybody.
Am I going to take my statement away now
You
in a
are,
minute?
yeah.
Great.
So, also, why did you fight this girl? Chris,
Yeah, this
honey,
isn't like a playground fight.
They did not fight. They did not fight. Brittany savagely attacked this girl. This girl did not, she probably fought for her life.
Yeah.
They did not fight.
Oh.
Yeah, this is not like, why'd you fight her? No.
Why'd you brutally fucking murder her?
Why'd you literally come up behind and like sucker punch her in the back of a head with a fucking metal rod? That's what that's about.
And, dude, if that's your response to being caught shoplifting,
Yeah,
what is wrong with you?
like shit.
What happened to your temporal lobe?
Well, and that's, so what happens is Brittany keeps asking, can they hear us in here? Are we being
Yes.
recorded? Are you sure? And Chris is like, no, they're not. And he keeps saying, I've looked the whole time we're in here. There's no recording devices. Chris.
Baby.
Chris.
Boy.
You're in an interrogation room. Honey.
I don't even have a response for that simplicity.
Like, when I saw, I was just like, yo, there's definitely, and do you really think the recording device is just going to be like on the wall with a plaque that says like recording device right here?
It's like when
no.
you're in the store and it's like, you're on camera, smile.
Yeah, exactly.
They should do that.
They should do that.
Missed opportunity.
Truly. So Chris says, so what happened? You don't have to give me details. Just tell me what happened. Was the whole thing planned or did... And she interrupts him and says, no, not at all, Chris. Which it was, you fucking asshole.
Yeah.
So Chris says, so what did she do? Tell me what she did to get you to fight her. So now her big
This
brother
is
sitting
not
there
a
going,
fight.
what did this girl do to
Yeah.
make you do that?
How
to
is
her?
this her fault?
What did poor Jayna do to make you stab her and beat her 331 different times over like a 20-minute period?
Yeah.
What'd she do to deserve that?
Yeah.
I can tell you what she did.
Nothing.
Fucking nothing, because no one does anything to deserve that.
No.
Like, Jesus Christ, dudes. So, Brittany says, I really forgot my wallet. Cool.
Like, that's a great piece of the story.
Cool, Brittany. And then Chris says, I believe that. Did she accuse you of shoplifting? Is that what this is about? Yes. So he's still on that angle of like,
He's
I
like,
know you stole
you're
shit.
a known motherfucking thief.
Yeah. Brittany says, I didn't take anything.
Lies.
Chris says, okay, listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have to get you a defense attorney. We have two options. There's temporary insanity, but you've talked to too many people. You've talked to counselors, and people know that you're not insane. That's not going to work. You're going to have to be very honest with us and the attorney. We're going to have to try to concoct some sort of plan like she attacked you. But that doesn't look good because you tried to cover it all up. Oh, God.
Oh.
So he's like, which, okay. He's her big brother.
But
I
still.
understand that family, you're
Will
going to
do,
try
like,
to do
anything.
anything to help family. But it's like, dude,
This is different.
you also have to look at this and be like, my little sister didn't just like, and I'm not saying this is not a bad thing, like didn't just like shoot someone in a passionate rage. You know what I mean? That's really bad too. But she literally savagely, to the point
This is
where
this is beyond brutal.
to the point where people believed that two masked men murdered this girl
right.
because it was so brutal that two masked men makes sense.
Because they were like, there's no way that one little peanut girl
Yeah.
is capable of this.
And it's like, and you're telling her we have to pretend that this poor girl whose life you fucking ended brutally was the one who attacked you and made you have to do, like, come on, dude, you can't do that.
No.
Like, you have to think there's another family here. Yes, this is
You
my
can't
family.
just think about defending your own family.
But my family took away someone else's family. in
and
a
justice
brutal
needs
way.
to be done.
Like, you have to at least sit there and be like, we got to be honest here. You got to tell me what happened. Like, I'll be
100%.
here for you, but no, I'm not going to help you fucking lie about this dead girl that you killed.
Right.
Like, sorry, I'm not going to do that.
You would never do that.
No, that's crazy. So then Brittany starts sobbing and saying she didn't know what to do, which is, she's like, I just didn't know what to do. I just didn't know what to do, which is silly because, like, do anything else besides kill this woman with up to 10 different crude weapons and almost 400 wounds. Do anything else.
Just go home.
You didn't know what to do? Don't do that.
I don't understand. That's just a stupid thing to say.
Like, if you do literally anything else, spit on her. I don't care what you do. Just don't do that.
No.
That's the one thing you don't do, is murder the person. It's pretty simple. You learn that very early in life, that the one thing you don't do is murder people. That's just what you don't do.
Kindergarten, day one. Don't kill
murder
people.
That's what they learn. That it's not an I didn't know what to do thing. It's being a brutal and cold-blooded murderer is what you are.
She's just a fucking monster.
You knew exactly what to do, in fact. So once she started talking about it, Chris says, she came to let you in, right? Then what? What did she say? So Chris is just trying to get her, like, tell me what is going on.
Yeah, like,
here.
set this up for me.
Brittany says she told me that she was going to make sure our manager knew or something. And Chris says, the manager knew what? That you were shoplifting? Again,
he's like, just fucking admit it, because everybody in this family knows you're a thief.
Just say it. And Brittany says, but I wasn't. And Chris says, had you stolen from that store before? So obviously this is something she does. And Brittany says, never, Chris. Honestly, I was doing good. I mean, as far as, and then she trails off. So then Chris is just trying to get his thoughts together. You can tell he's literally, and I do feel bad that he is literally like torn between like, right. Holy shit, this is the most horrifying thing I've ever heard.
And this is my little sister.
So it's like, So Chris says, now listen, this is where I'm like, Chris, you're doing a lot more harm than good. You're not coming off good. So Chris says,
yes, you are being recorded.
Yeah. Chris says, now listen, you've done it 3 times. When the cops ask you a question, you're looking down and you're looking to your left. That means you're lying. If you're going to lie when you talk to them, find something in the room. See that red button on the wall? Look at that red button every time. Do not look at anything else. I watched you. Every time your head drops down to your left, that immediately tells everyone that you're lying. And then he whispered, I lie all the time, so I know these things, okay?
Bro!
And it's like, oh, okay. So I see what's happening here.
Good, awesome.
Not looking good for Brittany here.
I lie all the time.
I lie all the time, so I know these things.
What the fuck?
And he's literally telling her, okay, that's fine. You can lie all about this, but just make sure you're convincing.
Dude, humans are so scary.
They really are. So Brittany was arrested.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yep.
Because the entire time, the detectives, all of the like upper level officers and everything were all watching this entire time.
They're watching this like it's fucking Bachelor in Paradise.
There's
like popcorn in the room. Like they're like, all right,
they have like
what's
brackets.
Gonna happen now? They have brackets.
And yeah, so she gets arrested. And when this all leaked out that it was her, Bethesda was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because this whole time
they're
been
terrified.
Thinking, I mean, like people in other stores, these like women are like, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm terrified that this is going to happen to me.
They had like 75 people closing LuLuLemon.
And they've all been rallying behind this poor girl who lived through this.
Yeah.
And now they're like, wait a second. It was fucking her? Like she did it? So Jayna's family found out about this arrest and the confession on the way to her funeral.
No, that's awful.
And they had never even heard of Brittany before all this. Like, they only heard of her when this happened.
Right.
And so I guess Jayna's family even was like, they felt awful for Brittany.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to like send her flowers in the hospital, like from them to be like,
we're so sorry this happened.
We're so sorry that you had to live through this. And like, thank you for trying to save Jayna.
Meanwhile.
But they didn't because Brittany said she didn't want any flowers. So they were like horrified that they had even felt anything for this bitch. So Brittany spent 7 months in prison waiting trial. During this time, they obviously recorded her phone calls. And what all the detectives say is all her phone calls are all obsessed with her hair and her nails. That's like all she cares about is looking good.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And they were like, that's literally all she cared about, was like that she wanted her nails done. She wanted her hair done. Like, that was her problem.
Lately.
Was like, I'm in prison and I don't look good. And that's upsetting.
Like, I don't think anybody looks that great in prison. No. And I don't think anybody gives a fuck what you look like after you kill somebody brutally.
It's like, maybe you should spend 7 months thinking about what you did.
Yeah.
And like maybe trying to be a better person.
Also, I hope you start to look on the outside like the monster you are on the inside.
Oh, seriously. Now, the state's attorneys and Jayna's family wanted to go for first-degree murder because that was the max charge, and this asshole deserves it.
Hell yeah.
So they also wanted to push for life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Hell yeah, times 2.
Because they were like, she is a sociopath.
She will do this again.
I mean, she will. And they said, who's to say someone's not going to back her into a corner again?
Right.
And this is what's going to happen. This is what happens when she feels she has no other option, because we'll find out something happened to make that. We'll let you know what happened to make this occur. She felt she had no other option. And apparently this was her only way to get out of what had happened.
Which I just, like, that's what you're going to do?
Yeah. And it's like, shit like that's going to happen all the time where you feel like you're kind of backed into a corner into something. And her reaction is to brutally butcher someone. You can't have that kind of person walking around on the street. And one of the biggest reasons that Jayna's family wanted the full trial, because they were like, just so you guys know, like, we could do a plea deal here and like you won't have to sit through a trial. If you sit through a trial, you're going to hear what happened and it's going to be really bad. But Jayna's family were like, we need to know what happened. I need to know.
Our baby.
Yeah, like I need to know what happened that night. And I need to have some kind of like closure. To this. Jayna's brother Hugh is quoted in the book that I spoke about earlier as saying when he walked into the courtroom and saw Brittany for the first time, he said, quote, "The first time I saw Brittany, I remember thinking, she's a small girl. She's a sorry piece of shit."
Hell yeah.
And she is a sorry piece of shit. So it turns out she had been fired from a LuLuLemon in Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
And she was suspected of shoplifting there. So she has
a history.
She has a long history of this. Now, the LuLuLemon store she worked for in Bethesda was actually planning to fire her. They had a whole thing ready. They were just waiting for her to get caught in the act of shoplifting.
Dude, do you know how hard it is to fire somebody?
Well, that's the problem. And they were worried because they had gone to upper management and they had said, you know, all these girls that she's working with, their stuff is going missing. They're missing money. They're missing things out of their purses. And it's only when Brittany is on shift.
Right.
And some of them had even caught her basically in the act. A couple of them caught her going through their purses. A couple of them saw, like, one of them was missing some fancy perfume. Mm-hmm. And Brittany had commented on it that she liked that perfume. And then it went missing during their shift. And suddenly she saw it in Brittany's bag.
Dude, I don't understand people that steal. Like, I've known people that have stolen, never from me, but, like, in general, like, I've worked with people who have stolen things. And it's just, make your own money and buy your own things like every fucking other person does.
That's what drives me crazy is, like, with stealing and, like, robbers and stuff that, like, it's like, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's my shit.
Especially, like something petty, like perfume.
Yeah, like, go
like,
buy
I'm
your
sure
own
it's
perfume.
expensive, but, like, put one paycheck aside if you really want something, fucking work for it like everybody else does.
Exactly. That's the thing. It's like, you want that perfume? Yeah, it's expensive. Work your ass off and get it. Because also, it's going to feel a hell of a lot better when you buy it yourself and you earned it and you work hard for something.
It feels so much better.
Like, fuck yeah, it does.
I can, like, see me, like, screaming on this.
We're getting really heated about this. So yeah, Brittany was being watched at this store. She was already on. They had all this stuff against her, and they were just waiting for her to get caught, like, literally red-handed. And actually, a couple of days before the murder, all the managers had met together and had talked about this whole thing, and they were like, you know what? When she gets caught red-handed, she gets fired.
Right.
That's it. Like, we now, because upper management had said, you got to catch her. If you catch her, fire her. Right. Because LuLuLemon doesn't have, like we said, surveillance videos. Mm-hmm. So they couldn't catch her that way. Somebody had to witness it. One of the worst parts is that all the managers feel really awful because Jayna just happened to be there the night she was caught. That night, Jayna caught her stealing yoga pants. That night of the murder. And told her she was going to have to tell Rachel, the manager. It just happened to be that Jayna was the one that was there that night. It could have been any of the other managers. Now, even worse was Jayna was not supposed to work that night. No. She switched shifts with another manager.
Oh my God.
Who that other manager is probably sitting there being like, that would have been me.
Yeah, that's so scary.
How terrifying would that be? So I think at LuLuLemon what they did was you check each other's bags. Mm-hmm. Like, if there's two people on shift, each of you checks the other one's bag.
Yeah.
So that's what they did. Jayna found the yoga pants. Brittany, so she was like, did you pay for these? Like the tags are on.
Right.
And there's no receipt. Where's
Right.
your receipt? And Brittany said, well, I bought them from, and it was this specific other manager. She was like, I bought them from her earlier.
Right.
So Jayna called this other manager and was like, did Brittany buy these from you earlier? And she goes, nope. And she was like, caught her. I did not sell her those. They also looked it up in the computer and the transaction was not
Never
in the computer.
happened.
So she stole them. So what had happened was Brittany, they went there, because I think after that, they were going their separate ways.
Right.
And Jayna was like, we'll deal with this tomorrow. I'm going to talk to Rachel, the manager, and like, she'll deal with you.
Right.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. Then they went their separate ways.
Okay.
That's when Brittany called back and was like, whoops, I forgot my wallet. So she lured Jayna back there.
100%.
Because
And that's why she probably said to her brother, I really did forget my wallet.
I really did, because she knows.
I don't believe she forgot her wallet.
Premeditation.
Yep.
You walked away.
And then this little thought popped into your mind.
And you sat there and said, I got to do something about this. I'm going to get her back in that store and I'm going to fucking brutally murder her.
And you're killing somebody. Like, this is so horrible to even, like, say out loud, but you're literally killing somebody over a fucking pair of yoga pants.
A pair of LuLuLemon fucking yoga pants.
You horrible
like,
shit stain.
It's like, dude, just take your licks, get fired.
Right.
Move on. Like,
right.
You don't, it's ridiculous.
Go to fucking Theft Anonymous or whatever it's called.
Well, because former teammates of Brittany's, because remember, she was like a huge athlete in high school and college.
Mm-hmm.
Former teammates of hers remember her as having a reputation as a liar and a thief.
Oh, good.
And they all came out later and were like, oh yeah, like that's who she is. Girls on the team would tell new girls, keep your stuff locked up because Brittany's known to steal shit.
That's
like they
so
would literally tell
up.
them. This girl, Leanna Eust, talked to the Washington Post. She said she was actually best friends with Brittany in college, but they parted ways because she was stealing. Like, she was like, we literally aren't we were best friends. We're not friends anymore because she stole shit from me.
Dude.
And she said, quote, she was my best friend in college. We had a falling out because the girl was like a klepto.
She is a fucking klepto.
She is. Then this other story came out. It was a hairstylist.
Hey.
Who posted, and it was not Ash.
Not me.
She posted a comment online somewhere saying that Brittany had not paid for a full weave that was put in her hair.
How does that even happen?
Well, that's the thing. At first, I was like, how does that happen? Like,
right.
You're in the
you
salon.
check out.
Well, she said, this is what she said, quote, at the end of her service, she claimed that someone in the salon had stolen her money out of her wallet. I was devastated that this could happen at my workplace, so I immediately told her not to worry about payment at that time. As the time went on, Brittany called me to say that she would bring the money for the hair in. She never showed up with the money and later deleted me from her Facebook page.
Are you kidding me? What a piece of ass.
Exactly. And the owner of the salon confirmed this happened.
Are you kidding me?
And said Brittany threw a huge fit in the salon, saying that the employees stole from her. She knows it. And she said she had more than $1,000 that had been stolen out of her purse.
Why the fuck are you carrying $1,000 in
exactly.
cash?
And she said that she had left the purse in the salon's like waiting room area, the reception area. And she was like, so someone stole it out of there while it was there. But the receptionist had been sitting there the entire time.
Right.
And the receptionist was like, that purse never moved.
And also, I'm sorry, why are you leaving your purse in the reception area? No one in my salon has ever left their bag in the reception area.
You leave it there so that you can pull this big con.
Yeah, she went in there planning that.
So this is all starting to make sense.
That's also so shitty because it takes a really long time. I mean, I've never put a weave in somebody's hair, but it takes a long time. And then you're just not going to...
And you're just not going to pay for it.
Because you want it.
Well, and that's it's like the stealing thing that you're like, fuck you, man. Earn your shit.
Right.
You want a weave in your hair? Pay for a fucking weave in your hair.
Yeah.
You don't get someone else's talents and time.
Right.
And energy to put that shit in your hair.
$20,000+ learning how to put weaves and like do people's hair, and you're going to take her time. And also you blocked off that section of time in your book for somebody, and now anybody else could have been there that was going to pay for their fucking service.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm hyped.
Ooh, she's making you mad. So this is all starting to come together now that this is
that
Brittany.
She sucks.
This is who she is. Now, then there's a really big part of her past that you're like, oh, okay.
Another one?
I'm starting to see that she's a little off. So she dated this guy in 2007. I believe he was like a dentist. And I think they dated for like a little over a year. Well, when they broke up, he claimed she had physically assaulted him like on the reg.
What?
He was like, I'm not like, she used to like hit, kick, punch me. Like she was really volatile.
Jesus Christ.
And so then when they broke up, she started stalking him and his new partner like mercilessly. And this can sound like crazy ex behavior. You're just like a crazy ex that's like not
no, you
over it.
shouldn't ever stalk anybody.
No, it's not normal. I'm saying like, but you've heard these stories.
Yeah.
Of,
but
like,
then
people.
she did something wild.
Well, then she broke into his house.
Not normal.
That's not
okay.
ex behavior. She kept her keys in the alarm code when they broke up. Broke into his home that he shared with his new girlfriend. And the new girlfriend filed a claim to D.C. Superior Court Domestic Violence Unit that Brittany stole a Movado watch, clothing, money, jewelry, I think a cell phone.
What?
Like all these other things out of the home when she was in there. And then they both filed a restraining order on her, which they got. And because they both said, like, we are actually scared she's going to hurt us. Like, I'm scared she's going to break in and kill us in the middle of the night.
I believe that. She probably would have.
And they got the restraining orders. Well, 2 weeks after getting the restraining order, she already violated it. You want to know why? Because they both saw her watching them from a car parked in an alley behind the dentist office. She was literally sitting in her car staring up at them.
Dude, this bitch is crazy.
I'm saying, and then she followed them home when they left that day. Because they were like, we got to get the fuck up out of here. They left. She followed them home. When they got home, they called the police, and she was, like, brought back up on charges.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
She's a cuckoo nut man.
A crazy cuckoo nut man lady.
And in 2008, an arrest warrant was out for her because of this.
Are you fucking shitting me?
Yeah.
Damn, I never knew. I've heard this case covered before, and I don't ever think I've heard that.
I found this last part, I found in the book.
Wow.
Yeah. The two other instances, I found, like, some articles, like, in the Washington Post and one other article. But, this one I found in the book. Because, again, read this book because he has a lot of detail in here.
Way detail.
And this was so interesting.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So the trial lasted, I believe, like 6 or 7 days. And it included the Apple employees recounting how they callously ignored sounds of a death struggle next to them.
Yeah, they suck.
And the judge, like, chastised them for that later. Was like, you were callous and cold, and you should hang on to that for the rest of your life. I
was going to say, I hope you spend the rest of your life, like, hearing that and, like, seeing it.
And now knowing what you ignored.
Yeah. Assholes.
And Brittany's attorneys played the she just went nuts and lost control.
No, honey, she's been nuts.
They were hoping for murder, too. They were not playing the she didn't do this because they said
no way.
They were like, she did do this.
Right.
But she lost control. It was a crime of passion. She was angry.
No.
She lost it. And so they were kind of hoping she was going to get, like, not insanity because she wouldn't get that, but she was maybe going to get put in a hospital or something and, like, get out. So the way that the prosecution described the crime was that Jayna was likely hit in the back of the head with a steel clothing rod. Yeah. That's how this began. She was probably hit in the back of the head, totally sucker punched.
Oh, my God.
And then she had run towards the front of the store and was caught by Brittany, which is probably how the television got tipped over and why her jacket was found on the floor. And there were also clumps of Jayna's hair on the floor in the front, and Jayna's bloody handprints were on the wall.
Oh, my God.
So there was obviously a struggle to get her back into the back of the store. So now Jayna ran to the back door, probably, which was at the end of the narrow hallway that she was found dead in.
Right.
Her bloody handprint was on the handle, like the push thing.
Yeah.
So she must have just been stopped, like, right as she was getting to it.
No.
This is where Brittany trapped her and literally savagely beat her and stabbed her to death in that hallway. So now Brittany had to move Jayna's car from the front of the store because it was in a no parking zone.
Right.
And she knew somebody's going to see that.
Right.
At 12:30 a.m., a cop saw someone sitting in Jayna's car 3 blocks from the store where it was found. Brittany sat in that car for, like, they said, like, over an hour.
Just sitting there?
Coming up with her plan to make it.
Like, what?
Yeah. So now she goes back and she walked around in the blood with her own shoes to make prints.
Yeah.
Before putting on the men's shoes and following her own footprints with them to make it look like this frenzied
running
thing. So then she washed off both shoes in the sink and put the men's shoes back on the shelf. But she didn't realize her own shoelaces were soaked with blood.
Yeah.
And so she left marks that led to and from the sink.
Oh my God.
Like the shoelaces dragged.
Right.
So then she threw all kinds of objects around, like clothing and everything, to make it look ransacked. Because there was some chaos, but not nearly what they saw.
Right.
Then she slashed up her own body with a razor.
Which is literally psychotic.
Crazy. She then tied herself up with zip ties and lay down with her arms above her head, which they immediately saw as weird when they found her, because they were like, why wouldn't you put your arms down? Why are your arms above your head?
Right.
Like, you wouldn't lay there all night with your arms above your head.
You'd be able
You would bring
to.
them down in front of you, just from...
You can.
Yeah. So that was weird anyways, and now it makes sense. The judge at trial said to her, quote, "You're a hell of a liar, ma'am. An entire community was terrorized because of you." And apparently when closing arguments happened, they were describing for over an hour, blow by blow, what happened to Jayna, and her family was just demolished.
Obviously.
Her dad is this huge dude. He was a special forces soldier at one point.
God.
Huge, tough guy, you know what I mean? He was literally sobbing, and his shoulders were just shaking.
Convulsing,
He was
that's
just,
your baby.
I can't even fathom.
No.
Can't even fathom.
I also don't understand how people can sit there and not go and brutally murder the person on trial.
I truly believe the family should have one shot.
Yeah, new
Just
justice
one
system.
shot. Yeah, whenever you see those scenarios where the family member jumps over to try to attack the person,
It should be allowed.
once in a while you can see that the bailiff and the police and all them,
They pause for a
you're
moment.
and you can tell in their heads they just want to, but they can't because they have to.
'Cause it's the law.
But you must as that police officer, you must want to be I'm just gonna hesitate really quick just so they can get one punch in. I'm just gonna let them get one.
I'm not a police officer and I never plan on being, so I'm just gonna go ahead on the record and say that I would totally hesitate for at least 5 seconds.
There's so many times where you're just oh. I think it happened in the Larry Nassar trial. Actually, one of the fathers of 2 gymnasts, he had 2 daughters.
Yeah, that was on the news.
And he dove over and tried, and I guess the police that were holding him down were saying
I'm so sorry.
I'm so they were literally being I wish I could let you do this, dude.
Yeah.
They were
because police
totally
have kids too. They know.
And they know it's a father. That's their I couldn't imagine.
You can't just destroy somebody's
life.
Yeah.
So in the end, Brittany was found guilty of first-degree murder.
Good.
And in January 2012, the sentencing began. Brittany herself gave a full statement of bullshit.
Of course.
Apologizing and asking for mercy. Please give me a chance.
No.
Give me a chance.
I'm busy that day.
Fuck off, Brittany.
Yeah, you had many chances, and look what you fucking did with them.
Your whole life has been a chance. You're 28 years old.
Right.
First of all, your whole fucking life has been a chance.
Right.
And 2, you didn't fucking give Jayna a chance.
Yeah, how about that?
You didn't even talk to her. You're not going to sit there and just be
you were just she caught me, so now I'm going to fucking brutally murder her.
She did her job, and now I'm going to murder her. No.
And you didn't step back and take a fucking look in the mirror and go, what's wrong with me that I can't stop stealing?
Exactly. That should
it's this girl's fault.
Yeah.
She needs to be taken, hit off.
That should be a reflective moment where you're what is my life? What am I doing?
I'm 28 years old. Am I going to do this forever?
I'm stealing yoga pants. What am I doing?
And I hope she sits in her fucking jail cell every day and realizes that she brutally murdered someone over a pair of pants.
But I think to her, is justified.
Yeah.
Well, and the judge called her a representation of the worst of human behavior. And so he listened to her whole bullshit sob story, and he was like,
you suck.
Yeah, no. And he was like, you're terrible. And then he said, quote, after every blow, you had a chance to think about what you were doing. Instead, you mutilated this woman. And that's the truth. It's that must have taken at least 20 minutes. I think, in fact, one thing I read, I don't know if it was in the book or in an article, was that the judge went home during one of the trial days, and he said that he took something and just banged it on the table 331 times.
Yeah.
And he said it took him 10 minutes.
Yeah, of course it did.
To get through that. And he was like, and that's me just stabbing down over and over and over.
She had to pause and get other things.
She was getting other things. She was stabbing, hitting.
And I'm sure they were in different spots of the store.
Chasing, holding down. It's
ripping hair off
somebody's head. So this must have
head.
taken so long. You had so long to stop this. So long. So In the end, she was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Bye, bitch.
Rot, bitch. So Jayna's brothers have made a foundation in her name that helps kids go to a lot of the different things that she was involved in, like schools and camps and like all this other stuff. And her brothers, I'm like, you poor sweet angels, because they both are like, everything I've seen of them, they're such brothers.
Yeah.
Like, they want to like avenge her so bad, but they obviously can't. And it's like, oh. And at the LuLuLemon in Bethesda, there is a memorial to her. There's a picture of her up, and like I think she's like doing a yoga pose.
Oh.
And there's a stained glass window with the word love in her
so
honor.
Pretty.
Yeah, and a couple of our listeners actually from there or have been around there said that they've seen it and they were like, it's beautiful, like it's crazy. So that is the story of the LuLuLemon murder that ended up being not at all what anyone thought it would be.
I hope Brittany looks haggard as fuck.
She did look pretty fucking haggard in her
I hope her nails
shot.
look like shit. I hope her weave is out.
I hope so too, because she doesn't deserve that.
She didn't pay for it.
No, you didn't pay for it.
I hope that she doesn't get any colored pencils to do makeup in prison.
Yeah.
I hope that her breath smells.
Yep. I also hope that.
And I hope her mouth tastes like bad breath.
Ooh, yeah.
Every day.
I hope she has like constant coffee breath, like old stale coffee breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's real bad. I hope she has a toothache too.
Yeah, fuck that. I hope she has
multiple
toothaches.
toothaches.
And an ear infection.
Yeah.
And a sinus infection.
Yes.
Because that sucks.
And I hope that, like, you know how when you blow your nose a lot and your nose gets really rough and dry and it cracks and bleeds?
Yeah, I hope it's always like that.
I hope she always has that.
Yeah. And that's what I hope for Brittany.
That's what I hope as well.
And you know what? You should follow us on Instagram at
Morbid Podcast.
Hit us up on Twitter.
A Morbid Podcast.
Join the Facebook group.
Morbid : a true crime podcast.
Send us a Gmail.
morbidpodcast@gmail.com and keep sending those listener stories because we're going to do one soon.
Check out the website that Alaina designed.
morbidpodcast.com.
And donate to the Patreon if you have a quarter.
Patreon.com/morbidpodcast.
We hope that you keep listening.
And we hope that you
keep
it
weird. I'm not going to do one for this case. It's a little too gnarly.
Don't keep it this weird. That's for show.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.